G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. Now I put a photo of my recent shaker coaster up on my Facebook group and you guys just loved it. So I really appreciate that. Really appreciate your lovely feedback. So this was it here. Look at that. How cool is that? Hey? So this one's got the little druzy edge. And this was my prototype mold. So I have now made a mold and I'm going to pour in it for the first time. So before I do that, I have got some little things, bits and pieces. Now, I will link this mold for you. If you do decide you want to get it, I would suggest that you put in things that are quite heavy. I've got these little crystals. I think probably you've got about 5 or 6 millimeters. Oops, 5 or 6 millimeters of height to put things in. So it's quite deep, but you know, not big things. You could put dried flowers in it. So anyway, I've got these little crystals. Got some little pearls. I'm not sure whether these will fit, but I've got pearls. I've got these other little crystals. More little crystals. These are shimmery ones. I've got this little box of more little crystals, all different colours. I've got little stone chips. That's what I put in this one. This one had the little pink stone chips. I thought it was really pretty. And then I had these from Larisi, the little rose gold little metal balls. I did actually try some, you know the crushed, is it crushed glass or stone, you know, the little metal, little gold chips. Put them in, but it wouldn't move. They kept getting stuck. So I would suggest not doing those. Put in crystals, put in beads. Yeah, I mean, put in what you like. But for me, the chips did not move. And also glitter. I think glitter would basically just get stuck because it's very fine. I think it would just maybe get stuck onto that surface and then you wouldn't see anything. So, or you could put in, you know, your liquid, your 50% glycerine and 50% water, and then, you know, have like a snow globe type thing. So you could do that as well. Now, I want to do a Valentine's one, not in this one, but I've got these Valentine's little goodies and a little heart and a bigger heart. And look, I've got some little tiny rings. So anyway, that'll be coming up once I get a few more things for Valentine's. So I just wanted to just go through some of the things that you can put in. But I mean, I've only done one, but for me, the heavier little beads and things worked better for me. So I'm going to do probably another one like this because I just love it. And we'll go from there. So it's all in one. See, it's all in one. It's got the little lip. This little lip here, that's for, it's a bit hard to explain. You'll see, because it's upside down. You'll be looking at it and go, oh, that looks a bit weird, Julie. How am I supposed to pour in that? But anyway, I'm going to mix up my resin now. Like I said, I'm going to do the same colours because I love it. It's got a little bit of rose gold, sort of copper around the edge there. And I'll be right back. So here's my resin. It's not mixed yet. I've just poured it. I did 100 grams of A and 43 grams of B, and I've used the Platinum Ultra Clear because it's a nice thin resin. And because I want to colour it just a light black, you could do blue, you could do pink, you could just leave it clear, you know, whatever colour you want, purple, whatever you like. But I am just going to put one drop. Get in there. Get in there, one drop of my black, and that's just an acrylic ink, but yeah, you could use whatever you like. So I am just going to stir this now, set my timer for 4 minutes. Make sure I wipe the sides down really well because you don't want streaky resin. Yeah, then I will come back to you. So that's it there. Just a very, just black. You know, if you wanted to, you could do that's the other thing I would like to do, is do a really opaque, shiny black. So, because when I do this, it's going to have a clear bottom, like that. Got to have a clear bottom. But if you did like a really shiny, opaque black, the bottom would be black, your crystals would be black, and then whatever you put in inside, you know, your dried flowers or whatever, you could put a photo in it. You could put pet hair if you've lost a pet. You know, you could. There's a million things you could put in there. But and then it's on a black background, you see, and you could see it really well. So anyway, I'm going to stir this for 4 minutes, and then I will come back to you. There we go. We are all mixed up. I'm sure I've scraped the sides. Now I have just put this into a silicone mold so that I can pick it up and move it, because it's going to take till tomorrow to cure, because it's late in the afternoon now. If you wanted to, if you've got a vacuum chamber or one of those little resiners, bubble release thingy machines, you can pop it in that. You can put the whole thing in your pressure pot. If you've got a resiners or a vacuum chamber, it's probably a good idea to get the bubbles out. But if you're going to use a nice thin resin, like a deep pour resin, you won't need to. It's quite deep, you know, on the edges, but obviously in the middle there, it's not very deep at all. So, all right, let's pour that in there, just over the top. I always like to pour over a stick, so it's cascading over there. This is a stepped mold. Right, I'm going to stop there because I am going to move it out of the way, and I don't want to overfill it, so I can pick it up and move it around. Don't torch, okay? Do not torch, because this middle section here is only about 5 millimeters, like less than 1/4 of an inch under the resin, and if you torch that, you will fuse your resin to your mold, so don't do that. I've got a bit of black card here I wanted to show you. I'm so excited about this. I think this is like the best thing I've ever made. Look at that. Look at that. So you know how I was saying to you, if you did a opaque, I was thinking metallic, opaque black, then that's, you know, that's the background, and you can see things really well against it. But you know, I wanted it clear. But maybe next time. Actually, maybe I should have put black in this one. Next time, how about like a burgundy, dark burgundy, or a, you know, a nice royal green, things like that. And then you've got that dark background. So really pretty. Love it. Okay, I will see you. Now this is a two-step video. I will wait till this is cured. I'll unmold it and then we can fill it. That's the exciting part. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day, and my little shaker coaster has cured. So let's get it out. Let's see what it looks like. Look at those, love those crystally edges. So I've just got to pop that out like so. Ta-da! And there's our mold again, how we started. I will link it for you down below. Now, just be aware that I can only make 2 a day. I'll see if I can make another master mold, but I can only make 2 a day. So just please be patient if you guys want one of these. I will link it for you down below, but just be patient. I will get them out. It might just be a little bit of a delay, but I'll try my best. Okay, so there's our little shaker ready to go, and that's what it looks like with black underneath it. All right, I think I'll leave it like that just so that you can see what I'm doing. So basically I want to do like a matching one to this. So we'll start with these Larissy little rose gold balls, and look, it's up to you as to how much you want to put in there. Cut my finger yesterday. Don't wipe the inside of scissors, okay? Ouch! I had some resin on the scissors. I can't open this. I had some resin on the scissors, and I thought, I'll just wipe it with... I had a baby wipe, but yeah, it cut through the baby wipe and into my thumb. Oh, resin's dangerous, you guys. Now, what you can do is to just like get the height there of what you what you can use. I wonder if I can put that there. No, it's not really going to fit. What else have I got that's smallish? Yeah, that. So you can sort of see what you're going to be able to fit underneath. Let me have a little look. Little look. Yeah, about 5 mil. There. 5 millimeters, just under 1/4 inch. So you can just sort of gauge what you can put in there. So let's start, shall we? I'll put a few of those in. Ah, they're jumping everywhere. Oh gosh. There they go. I really like these, but I don't want to use them all. I'll put some bigger ones in as well. There's a couple of different sizes in there. I'll keep that for something else. And then I want to add some of these. Last time I just added the small ones. These ones are a bit bigger. Actually, let's stick with the small ones. I like having the different sizes of things. I don't want everything to be like the same size. Ah! Everything's jumping out. So some of those. You could put a few of those bigger ones in. I just like to mix and match. Now, I didn't go out and buy anything specific to go in here. These things are just what I've got in my craft room, in my drawers. So didn't go out and buy anything special. Put a few of those in. Not too many. Not too many. Okay, and then to add a little bit more of the pinky tones to match with the that might be a bit much. To match with that rose gold, I'll put in some little stones, little crushed gems. I've got different colours in these, so I'll be able to do like a blue insert, and I think I've got purple or green. Put some of those in. Look at that. Look how straight away that ties. I don't like that one. It's a bit dark. It ties the colour scheme together. So up to you, you know, how much you want to put in there. I might have a bit much. Got a bit carried away. Got a bit much. Don't think. I just want to see if this will fit, but I don't know if my little pearls will fit. I think they might. These ones might be a bit on the bigger side. But it's all that I got, so it's all that I had. And as you can see, it's just going to push that around. It's not going to go under. So I'll have to buy myself some smaller pearls. So when you're buying things, just make sure that they're no bigger than, say, 4 millimeters in size. Close that up again. So there we go. All right. I do feel as if I've got a bit too much stuff in there. Anyway. Doesn't matter. I can take a bit out. So I actually just have to pop out for a couple of hours. So I'm going to leave this where it is. And then when I come back, I will, it'll only be a second for you, but I will show you what I'm going to do next. All right. Oh, I don't want to leave it. No, I've got to go. Actually, I have got time to show you what I'm going to do. Now, there's two ways of doing these, and I'm not sure exactly which way I want to go first. But to start with, I'm just using a piece of plastic. Just got this from Office Supply Place. So just get yourself a piece of plastic. Not too thin. Now the diameter is 9.5 centimeters. So there, 9.5. This plastic cup is actually the perfect size. So yeah, like I said, there's two ways of doing this, and I'm not sure if I want to do the other way yet, but the first way is cutting yourself a piece of plastic that fits onto that little lip there. So I'll go around there. If you don't have a plastic cup like this, that's fine. It's 9.5 centimeter diameter. So on the inside of the line. So what I do is I cut on the inside of that line now. exactly sure what sort of plastic this is, but like I said, I just got it from the office supply store. Try not to scratch it because, you know, it's going to be your window. So that's it there. So now what I do is just cut on the inside of that black line, and that'll give you a little guide as to where to put it. So this is the first option. The second option is me making a mold for the lid, the same height as that, so probably about 3 millimeters, which means I'd have to make this a 2 mold set, and then when you get the mold, you'd have to pour resin into the lid. Instead of using a piece of plastic, you'd pour a resin lid. The only downside I see to that, and I do see, you know, fors and against on both of them, but the downside I see on having to pour a resin lid is, if this was resin, you'd stick it in there, you'd pop it in, or you'd glue it in, or maybe UV resin, but then where it joins here, you might have like a tiny little gap, you know, like a 1 millimeter gap, because it's not going to sit in there absolutely perfect. You're going to see where it's joined. So then what do? Do you top coat? And if you top coat, you run the risk of your resin running down over your crystals and ruining that. Or you can just do what I did here and just, you know, go around with a gold pen or something like that and just cover that join. So that's one option, which I haven't done yet, but this is the other option. This is what I'm doing now, and I think it's just going to be easier, but you guys let me know. We'll give that a wipe. So that's going to sit perfectly just in there like that. Like that, see? I don't know if you can see. So this is the lip in here. So if I did make a resin lid, that's where it would sit in there. But what I'm going to do now, and like I said, have I got time? I do need to go out. I might have to do this when I come back. So what we do is we've got our little bit of plastic there. If I can see a little tiny bit of black pen there, so I'm just going to get that off. So 2 options again for attaching your lid. You can either go around with some glue, whatever glue you want, and just a thin little line of glue, just that sits on this little ridge in here. See the little ridge? You put some glue on that. Don't make too much glue so that it oozes down and drips into your little crystals. Otherwise, you know, they're going to be stuck in there forever with glue. So tiny little bit just around the edge there, and then you can stick your little bit of plastic on. I'm not actually going to do that. I'm going to get my UV resin and I'm going to put just a tiny little bit. I'll probably put it on a little micro brush, actually. It's probably the best thing. A little bit of resin on a micro brush. Brush it on the inside, because when I did this one, a little bit dropped in. See? See that? My UV resin dripped over the top. When I stuck my plastic on, it dripped over the top and went down there. And so those are stuck. So lesson learned. So I'm going to put a little bit onto the end of a micro brush. I'll have to get some more. Oh, there's one. A little bit on there. Just gently brush it on. Stick that down. UV lamp. And then top coat with resin. So I think that's going to be easier. That's what I'm going to do for now. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. If you'd prefer to pour a resin piece and then just stick that in. But then, like I said, you may see a little gap, or it might be slightly higher or slightly lower. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, I've got to run. I'll come back and we'll finish that very soon. Okay, so these are my little micro brushes I was telling you about. And I'm just going to grab one of those. I've kept it on the little bit of black paper there so that you can see what you're doing. I'm going to use my Let's Resin UV resin. And I'm just going to see if I can put a little bit just on the edge there, because like I said, I don't want to drip. And last time I dripped, so look at that, that's going on much better. Just get a little drop out, make sure we don't drip it into our little shaker bowl. Just be careful you don't put too much on and drip it in. Hopefully this will be enough. I will go around it again just to make sure I've got enough to actually get it to, you know, adhere well. It doesn't matter if it goes up the sides a little bit, and I can't see where I've stopped and where I've started, so oh gosh, I'm just going to go around again. This time I won't move it. I'm going to put a little bit more on. So I'm going to start over here at 9 o'clock. Go around again, put a bit more on. And then hopefully back there. Okay, so hopefully that's good. Hopefully it's enough. All right, now I've got a bit of UV on my fingers. I'll have to wash that off. Okay, make sure that's clean, and we are just going to drop that in, push it down gently. I think I'll use another one of these, a clean one, and just go along. Oops, I've moved it. There we go. Make sure it's in properly. I didn't have it in properly. Okay, I'm going to push that down all the way, like so. Probably needed a little bit there, more there. I probably didn't put quite enough on, but I didn't want it to overflow, so I thought, oh, I won't put too much on. Just probably needs a little bit more just there, because I can see that that's dark, as in color. It's touching, the plastic is touching the resin, and over here, I don't know if you can see, it's a bit lighter, so I haven't got quite enough in there. I'm just going to actually lift that. I know it probably would work. I don't really know how much to put in there. Now look, I'm going to take that off. Flip it upside down. I'm going to put a little bit more on, okay? Put a little bit more on. Just a tiny bit more. I'll just be careful. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'm just squeezing very carefully. I don't want to put too much on. You know, when you haven't done something before, or you've only done it once, you don't really know. So we're just going to learn together here, okay? We're going to learn together. All right, now let's pick this back up again and flip it over. And hopefully that will be adhering better. Okay, I think that's good. I'm just gonna go for it, okay? I'm just gonna go for it. I can see that it's not sitting exactly flush. I don't know if you probably can't see. See along the edge there? I probably need a little bit more. See how if I push it like that, it goes to the edge? Maybe I can push it and just do a bit at a time. I don't know that I can do that though. Probably can't. Probably can't. Push it down and probably can't. Just going to push it a little bit while it's kind of curing, and hopefully that will be enough, and then I'll go around and do it again. I probably could have put a little bit more of the UV resin on. Okay. Yeah, gee, it's quick. It's quick. All right, I'm going to shove that under there. Oh, look, you guys, I don't know. I'm learning as I go. But yeah, probably needed a little bit more. I just didn't want to get too much, and then it runs down the side, and then, you know, I get that same issue that I got last time because I put too much on and it drizzled down. So I was trying to avoid that, but anyway, I've got less this time. All right, let's cure that for, I'm just going to do like 3 minutes, and while that's doing that, I'm going to mix up some resin. Okay, so that should be done now. I'll put that under my bench there, and it should be done. Yay! And look, I haven't got anything stuck. No, I haven't. I haven't got any drips, so beautiful. Okay, so I have got, I guess I can get rid of that, can't I? I just mixed up some Platinum 360 Plus. You know when you're only doing little amounts, and I'm supposed to do 30 grams, and nope, in went like 40. So then I had to add more of part 2, but yeah, you guys know, don't you? You know, anyway, so I've got more than I need. I'll have to make some puffy hearts. So basically, all we're going to do is fill in this little gap here. Okay, that's what we're doing. And I've made it a decent thickness, because if you're going to be putting your cups and things on there, you don't want your resin to be sagging, you know what I mean? So it's a decent amount that you can actually put in there. So, you know, a nice thickness, because you don't want a little flimsy top. Nobody wants a flimsy top. So you want a nice sort of thickish layer of resin if you're going to be using it as a coaster. Now I'm just going to let that settle. And then get down low and look across the top and see, you know, how much more you can put in there. I like it to be nice and level. So this is where my kind of issue, well, not really an issue, but if you and I got a little resin disc that we make and just sit it in there, you know, you're going to have a slight little gap. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. I just don't know whether or not it's a good way to go. But you let me know. What do you think? You think it's better just adding the resin like this and slightly doming it, and then, you know, the resin's obviously touching the side there, and not just a piece of resin glued on? You know what I mean, don't you? Hopefully I've explained myself well enough. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. Now, if you're going to torch it, be really, really careful. No, look, don't even torch it. Don't even torch it, because there's plastic. There's a sheet of plastic under that resin. And, you know, if you overheat it, you're going to melt your plastic, and then it's going to collapse and all your resin's going to run in. Don't do that. So, yeah. I personally don't like to spray the top with isopropyl, because I think it gets like that, like a skin or like a watermark or something on top. So I'm just gonna leave it. If you particularly wanted to, you know, you could use your heat gun, or you could use, what else have I got? You know, a smaller, like a heat gun. I don't even know if that works anymore. But yeah, you could use, you know, those little ones. Oh, where's mine? Actually, I've got one here. I've got one. It's not. I don't think it's plugged in though. You know these little guys? There's no flame, but you could just heat. Maybe I can use that. I'll plug it in. It's not plugged in at the moment. So anyway, that's it. We'll leave it like that. I'll bring you down so that you can have a look at the top. Hopefully you can see the top like that. So I think it's domed. I'll have another little look, but I think it's good to go. So now don't touch it. Just leave it until it's cured, and then yeah, I'll come back to you in a few hours and we'll give it a shake. Okay, it's had quite a few hours, because I did it at about 7:30 this morning, and now it's 3 p.m. So we'll take that off, and I think it will be good to go. Now, other thing I want to do, and I did it with this one, is I went around the edge there with my copper pen. You don't have to do this. I just think it looks nice. So basically I've tried to pick up the colour that's in there. you know, rose gold, coppery sort of colour. So with my pens, I've got a gold, and these are the chrome markers. Well, I've got silver as well. Where is it? I've got silver, gold, and copper. The copper, yeah, I'm going to have to use that one. It's not like it's a rose gold, but it's the closest I've got. So I'm going to use that one. When you buy the box, it comes with like different size nibs. So that's a little fine one. And then this is the big thick one. So I don't think I'll use the big thick one. I think you get 3 in a box. I do have a link for one of them down below in my description. I think it's the copper one, but at least if you can see the name of it, then you know, you'll be able to buy yourself one. So basically all I'm going to do is follow this little line here between the crystal edge and that smooth top coat that I've just done. I can't remember if I used the thicker pen or the thinner pen for this, the one I just did. Maybe I used the other one. Gosh, I can't remember. It was a couple of days ago. Maybe I used this one. I might have just used this one. Yeah, that'll do. So now it's up to you, sort of, if you want to put your marker on the actual crystals themselves, which I'm kind of trying to do a little bit. I'm kind of going a little bit on the crystals and a little bit on the top there. So made a mess. So again, getting back to the idea of whether or not I do a resin mold for the top. See, this is a really nice little edge there now because I've got resin right up to it. You might not get that if I pour like a separate lid, so to speak. But in saying that, you can easily go over it with your marker like this, and just sort of cover in where that join is. So hopefully this is all making sense to you. I'm just kind of thinking out loud because I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it yet. You know, I'm not a professional mold maker. I'm just kind of winging it. I've been teaching myself over the last couple of years. So yeah, just winging it. So you guys let me know what you think, whether or not the way that I've done it now is sufficient. Where did I put the lid? Or whether it needs to have a proper lid, a resin lid. So there they are. Okay, ready? Let me climb up on my little step so I can see what I'm doing. So this one I think must have had a slightly more black ink in it. And this one, you know, obviously the drop that came out was a little smaller. So that's it there. Look, you guys. Oh gosh, it works. Let me zoom back out again. Whoops, wrong way. So sorry if it's a bit of a longer video, but hopefully you kind of learnt something. I've got a bit of a move out of the way. You crystal, oh there it's gone. I had a crystal that wasn't moving. So yeah, when you do this, if you do want to make yourself one, if you buy my mold, just make sure that you're not putting things in there that are too high, you know, 4 or 5 mil maximum. Okay, here we go. Here's the black. And I'll get rid of that finger. So there it is. Look at that. So did you see when I did my memorial dog, pet dog, and I put some of Bailey's hair in it? You know, you could put your own dog's hair in it if you wanted to, if you've lost a pet. And you don't have to... When I did Bailey's hair, because I put it in resin, it sort of changed the look of it. It wasn't sort of hairy, it was just like wet. So I think this would be really nice for like dog hair or anything like that, because you know, it's not going to change the look of the hair and go like flat and wet. So I might try that. I'll ask Bailey if I can borrow some more of her hair and do another one. So there we go. I have a set of 2. Let me know what you think of them. All right, I best go. I've taken up enough of your time. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed my video. There's the top. Looks lovely and nice and solid. If you're going to do this, one more thing. If you're going to use your coaster as a coaster for hot cups, make sure you use a heat resistant resin, and then you will have to, you know, leave it. You can't just pour it and then put a cup on straight away, because resin takes like up to 30 days to cure, and you'll leave a little ring. So make sure that you're using a heat resistant resin, and then you put it aside and forget about it for a few weeks before you put your hot cuppa on it, okay? But there you go. Love it. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all again real soon for the next video. Let me know what you want me to put in my next shaker coaster, okay? Let me know. I'll see what I can come up with. So that's it there. Not real good with all the lights, but oh gosh, that's too dark. All right, gotta go. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.